Hi everyone, welcome to Fun Fold Friday, and I apologize for getting this up so late. This week we're doing a center step card, which is like this, and it just has one step down here at the bottom in the front, and it's actually a pretty easy card. Now, it will not fit a standard A2 size envelope because this is 5.5 by 5.5 when you get done with it. So you would have to make or buy a custom envelope. So the first one I did is this one. This is the little turkey out of Birds of a Feather. We made the little pirate on, oh gosh, last Tuesday night. So this time I used the turkey and the give thanks, and I brought in some pieces out of the paper pumpkin pack and some Cajun Craze linen thread from the new holiday catalog that's coming up, and then the sequins are also from the paper pumpkin, and I just used early espresso. I colored them in with my Stampin' blends in various shades of Pretty Peacock, Pool Party, Crumb Cake Light and Dark, Calypso Coral, Cherry Cobbler, and a little Mango Melody up here on his hat, and Basic Black Light. I think that's all the colors. Anyway, and then this is a piece of paper, and I had it all ready. Okay, it's out of the holiday catalog, Night Before Christmas DSP, so that will be available, and it's this piece, which is the back of the one with the ornaments on it. So, but I thought that was nice for Thanksgiving, so that's what I used. And it stands up, so that actually can be a display on like a Thanksgiving buffet or something like that. And actually, I think I'm going to try and do a shorter version for place card settings. So the next one I did is for a friend of mine who has a birthday coming up in September, a local friend, and I used Night of Navy, and this is the out of the Perennial Essence. I'm just checking. Yes, Perennial Essence Designer Series paper. And then this young lady here is out of the Young at Heart. And actually the funny thing is I was coloring her to be the colors that my friend would wear and more the color of her hair. But really, I'd be carrying the cake probably, right? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So she's colored in Night of Navy Light and Dark, Basic Black, and her hair is done in soft suede with a little bit of Calypso Coral put in it actually. And then Purple Posy, Blackberry Bliss Light and Dark, Old Olive on the leaves, Smoky Slate for the base of the cake plate, Balmy Blue, I think, and I think Dark Daffodil Delight for the candle flame. And I used the layering ovals on Whisper White for her, and also Night of Navy, which is the largest layering oval in the scallops. And then down here, the Young at Heart, just a little older in other places, I stamped out in Whisper White and just flagged it on both ends. So those are those two. Now I'm going to show you how to do the base, and I'll give you a little tip on cutting a 6x6 paper to size. But other than that, you decorate them however you want. I still may add some flowers and things to this because she loves flowers, and these are her sort of her colors, the blues and purples and greens together. Okay, so let me bring my paper trimmer up. I have cut a piece of Poppy Parade because the next one I'm going to do, I think, will be another piece of paper out of the Night Before Christmas, and it's going to be this one. And I'm going to bring in the Making Christmas Bright, which is available in the annual catalog now, along with the coordinating, I think it's called the Bulb Builder Punch or something like that. The Christmas Bulb Punch. Excuse me. So your starting piece is 5.5 by 11. So you take an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock and you cut it not in half, but you cut it at 5.5 and leave the 11. Then you bring in a paper trimmer, and I have to tell you, right now all my paper trimmers are really kind of a piece of crap. So I'm very anxious, and we have news that before the end of the year, Stampin' Up! Will have their new trimmer, so I am quite anxious for that. Alright, so I'm going to put my paper, there's a 1-inch mark over here. So I want it to be 1 inch from the cutting blade in on the paper, and also 1 inch down. And push your blade in at 1 inch down. And then take it down to 6.5, which is about right here. And this is Poppy Parade. And I told you my blades are like a piece of crap. And I don't have any replacements for either my Stampin' Up! One or this one. Alright, so that's done. And then we're going to flip it over so that the 1 inch is, you know, that's still at the top. You have to keep that 1 inch distance still at the top. But you're going to flip it over and come over and do the exact same thing. So you push down at 1 inch. Go down to 6.5. And I have a, oops, and see, I just overshot it a little bit. Ugh. Anyway. Okay, so that's all the cutting you do. Thank goodness. Because even my good cutter is starting to make cutting, and when I mean my good cutter, I mean my good rotary cutter. I'm getting fuzzy lines, and I can't, I could do it, no, I don't see, that doesn't lift up, so I can't actually do that lift it up and put it down thing. But anyway, it's cutting fuzzy too. Now you bring in your scoreboard, and I have this Martha Stewart one, I think, here. So put the end that had the, you know, with the starting point of 1 inch, and now that doesn't even look like 1 inch. Good thing this is a test. Anyway, I mean a trial. So then over here where the 1 inch started down to 6.5 down here, you go to 1 inch and score only down to the cut line. Then you go to 2 inch and you score only down to the cut line. Then you go to 6.5 inches. Just double checking my notes here. Yes, and you go only down to the cut line. Then you flip your paper over and do the exact same thing. 1 inch down to the cut line, 2 inch down to the cut line, and then 6.5 inch down to the cut line. Now, I like to flip my paper back over for this one. I don't know why, I just feel like I can see it better. And now at 5.5 inch, you're gonna score not there to there, but starting, and this, I need a ruler to do this, to keep it straight for me. So I'm gonna go down here from the 5.5, and at the cut line, between the cut lines, I'm going to score. So at 5.5, only in the middle section here, I'm going to score. And that's it. That is all the cutting and scoring we have to do. So now we fold this, that's the back. We fold this way. And then these make a mountain, then a valley. And see, I got that off a little bit, that one cut line, and it makes a difference. It truly does. Anyway, be sure to do that. Varnish. whatever. I'm having trouble finding my words tonight. That's not a good thing. And there you have it. There is your base. Okay. Pretty easy card to do. And, 1 second. Okay, so now it would be time to decorate, and I'm not going to do that with you, but this is a 6x6 piece of paper, and this goes to 5.5. So what I did on the second card, I learned my lesson on the first one, is I cut a 5.5-inch square, and then all I had to do was cut off 2 strips along the side here at basically 1 inch and 1 inch. Now this one I did wrong. It looks like a little 1 1/4 and 1 inch or something. It's a little off. But I'm pretty sure I just did, actually I think I did, no, I did 1 inch and 1 inch, and that way I got the centerpiece right, but then I had to cut the 1 inch strips down to 3/4 inch to be able to put them in here. And by doing it that way, it allowed the pattern to line up. Let me show you the card. You see what I mean? Because it was the same piece of paper, my pattern lined up, and also this is one continuous piece of paper because I only, well, actually it's not. I did cut this off. So once you get your 5.5-inch square, then you're going to cut a strip off the bottom first, and I think that's only 1/2 inch if I'm not mistaken. 3/4 inch, I'm sorry. 3/4 inches off the bottom of the 5.5-inch square, and then what's left you're going to cut 2 1-inch pieces off that you'll later cut down to 3/4 inch, and that leaves you the piece that will fit right here, and it'll match up at the bottom also with the pattern. So just a little tip. I hope that makes sense. That's what I'll be doing for this one, but I'm not going to do it tonight because it's already late and I need to get this video up. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I will try to put this on my blog over the weekend sometime. So by Monday I'll have these out on my blog along with the product lists available, and I may even have a third one done by then. Alright guys, that's it for my Fun Fold Friday this week. I hope you enjoyed it. This is called a center step card, as opposed to this kind that I've done before, which is called a side step card. This one is a little bit harder, but it does fit in an A2 envelope, and these do not. So just so you know, you would need to make an envelope to fit a 5.5 by 5.5 inch card. Alright, I'll talk to you soon. Hugs, love, and peace.